Welcome to the Loveland Report and Loner Ranger Show. I am Cleve Loveland, Central Florida's voice of real estate, alongside Bruce Woodburn, the Loner Ranger. We are giving you all of your mortgage and real estate news. What's going on with inventory? Are we still in a seller's market? Are prices going up? Are they going down? Are rates going up? Are they going down? We're going to answer all those questions, and you can always email me at cleveloveland.com. Go to the website, log in there if you have any questions for us. And then, Bruce, what do you got going on today?
Well, we're going to talk about what are interest rates doing. Are they going up? Are they going down? What are buyers doing in the market right now? What programs may be available to entice buyers? And then I've got my favorite builder, Trinity Family Builders, used to be formerly Hanover Family Homes, getting back into the market. They've got some great incentives. We're going to be really promoting some of their communities because I truly think they are the best hometown builder in town. So we're going to work on those a little bit and see if we can help some realtors and help some clients that seek to buy homes.
All right.
But there's a lot of stuff happening in the market right now.
The one good thing I got the numbers. We're going to dive into those in a second. I want to talk about how don't let the rates stop you now. I see so many people writing articles about wait, hold, before let the rates come down. And then I'm going to talk about not being cheap. When you go to sell a house, don't be cheap. And we're going to dive into that on how to get the most money when you sell a house and when you buy one. So we're going to dive into that today. But numbers, Bruce, I think this was good news.
Let's see what they look like.
I called this first quarter as being the bottom of the market.
You sure did. You've been calling it for the last 3 months.
What we need a couple months where sales are more than last year. And we did it. January, we did it. January of 24, there was 1,700 home sales. And last year, almost identical, 1,674. And rates were about 0.5% lower last year.
Yes, they were.
So, and we'll see this. And then the number of new listings. Now, inventory jumped up a little bit. It went up it was 8,200 in November. It went to 7,800. It went down some in December. And then in January, it jumped back up to 8,200. So it went up. But there's a lot of new listings in January, which is normal for January. A lot of people wait till after the holidays. We had 3,500 new listings. We had 2,400 new contracts. Now, last January, we had 2,600.
Right.
So I foresee that February's numbers might not beat last year, but we'll see. I think we're going to run into that. And then as these rates settle. But one thing we go back to on this inventory, I look at pricing year over year from a year ago. Average price up from, inventory. Actually, the average price is down 1%. The median price from 350 to 360 up 3%.
Well, and it's the median price we're looking for.
Yeah.
It's not the average price.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, it gives you it's some different metrics on the market, but the prices are not falling. 18 months ago when rates started to climb, everybody's like, oh my God, we're going to go into another crash like 2008 and 9. And we just don't have that. We don't have the defaults. We don't have 6% is not a bad mortgage rate.
No, it's not.
In the long history of things, but everybody's memories are very short, kind of like a little kid teaching them to brush their teeth. Like, did you do it? And that is the average rate over the past 40 years, right?
Well, the average rate over the last 40 years is 7.6.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, we're far below the average rate right now. But, people still feel the sting because they saw those 3% interest rates for so long, and then they just can't quite get over it. And they think that a 6.5% or 6.75% rate is high, and it's not high. And if you think it's high, and then look at what you're paying for rent and how much you're getting for your rent, because there's nothing going in your pocket when you're
zero,
renting.
yeah.
It's 100% interest rate. So when somebody goes, oh, I don't want to buy because it's 7% interest rate or 6.75%. Well, what are you paying for rent? Well, I don't pay any interest on my rent. No, it's 100% interest.
Yeah. And then also this rate they have now. So where are we at now? We high sixes?
Yeah. You're in the mid to high sixes.
So in that range, that they're only going to have that. They're dating that rate for a year,
absolutely
18 months.
Absolutely.
And you're dating that rate. Now that same house, if you were going to buy at 450, that same house a year and a half from now, probably going to be,
all we got to do, let's just say, cause your median sales price was 450, right?
Median's 350.
Okay. 360. And then if it goes up 4%, which is what we're on target for now, that's $14,000, $14,400 divided by 12. That's 14,400 divided by 12 is 120. So
per month.
Yeah. That's
$1,200 per month.
$1,200.
So, but your payment right now, if your rate is 6.75% as compared to 4%, it's not $1,200 higher.
That's correct.
So that's what you got to look at. Prices are rising, and that will cost you more than the interest rate will right now.
Well, you put that in perspective. If houses continue to go on the pace that they're at, and I think will get more appreciation, not less appreciation. So if you stick with that plan and your average appreciation is 14.4, which equals $1,200 a month, then, and you're paying, let's say $2,500 a month for rent, that's all going toward your landlord's pocket. But you look at that, you're wasting $1,200 a month that could have gone toward principal. And that puts money in your bank. That's why the wealth in America, Cleve, is made in real estate. The average rich person did not get wealthy by making the money. They got wealthy and put money in their bank account by real estate. The average person does, right?
And so I just think these numbers right now show that if that was the worst market, it was barely less than we did in 2018 or 2017.
It really was.
Interest rates were 4.5% or 5% then.
Yeah.
So this is going to improve this year. I just think Central Florida's booming. Central Florida's getting other Floridians moving here. We get people from out of state, but more so, I think people are just going to imagine we've got some leapfroggers, Bruce. I know you did some refis for some people and paid off some debt.
Yeah.
And I know I've got some leapfroggers. I manage their properties. Their interest rates on their 2 rentals and their primary, they're in the 6s,
right?
And 7s. And when and they still cash flow now.
Absolutely.
And when you refinance them into the 5s, let's say, and when the rates come down, now in the investment property might be a little different rate.
A little bit different, but
it's going to come down.
A 6.5% rate on an investment property is a good rate right now.
And they're going to, their cash flow for the family is going to change by $1,000 or $1,500
of course
a
it
month.
will. But when you and I are looking at investing in real estate, it depends on the situation. Do I really look for cash flow? Or am I looking for appreciation? Because it's hard to get cash flow when rates are really stabilized right now. You're probably looking at appreciation. So I've got 2 properties that make me a ton of money on cash flow, and I have other properties, they don't make me any money on cash flow, but I'm sitting on $250,000 in equity in them.
Up from when you bought them. Yeah.
Right. It continues to grow.
Yep.
So you have to look at the whole picture. Is it important that you have cash flow right now, or is it important that you're creating generational wealth?
All right. What's the phone number for everybody?
407-250-9144 for the Loan Arranger who can't talk today. Totally sinus congestion. But if you can make out my number, it's 407-250-9144 or we bring you home.
And Loveland Properties, 407-352-8118. We can help you with your real estate planning, property management, whatever you've got in real estate, we can help you with that, or go to cleveloveland.com.
Yep. So, what's interesting is what a lot of folks don't realize is how many down payment assistance programs there are out there to help first-time home buyers. So we're all thinking about these regular City of Orlando, Orange County, Seminole County, Lake County, my Tampa area. I just got a client $50,000 in Pinellas County. I just got a client $50,000 in Orange County. Hometown Heroes opened up yesterday.
Again, okay.
Well, it's only fallout money. So they had $100,000. That's all they had.
And because you were watching, you were able to grab some?
Well, I didn't grab it because it was gone in a half an hour. Okay. But here's what you have to do. You have to have your loan 100% ready to go. And as soon as that money comes available, I snag it for you. But if you don't have your application with me, you're going to miss out on those opportunities. So you got to call me, get your application going. You have to be fully approved and you've got to be in contract. 407-250-9144 for the Loan Arranger.
Question for you. I had some clients yesterday wondering about the property they're buying, had some title issues. It's in probate. We're not going to be able to close. And they've got a rate lock that might be expiring. Are rates coming down, or what do you recommend for people on contract?
I'm going to tell you what I'm recommending right now, because I watch the market very, very carefully all day long. And what a lot of folks don't know is there's actually intraday changes, but we're on a cycle right now on the bond market. So bonds are down right now. We want bonds to be up. So we're on a wave. So if you look at cyclical patterns, you're going to see that we should be starting to spring up, and interest rates should get a little bit better within the next 12 to 15 days. So right now, If your lender doesn't watch that for you day-to-day basis and keep you informed, then you need to call the loan arranger right now, because my clients are educated on what is going on with the market. Now, Cleve, that doesn't give me a guarantee that I'm going to tell you, hey, rates are going to get better. I have no way of knowing that. But I can study the cycles and the patterns and the Japanese candlesticks. And by God, I'm going to tell you something. I'm right more than I'm wrong. So if you want a lender that can take care of you and guide you in the right direction and tell you to hold off if you like, then you might improve your interest rate a little bit.
All right. So
What's
that's
your
important
number?
to have somebody good. My number, 407-352-8118 for Loveland Properties. Don't let the rate stop you right now. These
Absolutely.
inventory numbers we have, we're still showing like a 3-month supply of homes, which is well into a seller's market, which means prices will climb. But I really think we get low sixes and it's going to be off the races, because I think the bump in January sales, and I read about new home construction contracts and permits pulled her up for the 1st of January.
Oh, yeah.
All of these things are up compared to last year, because the builders have good sentiment, and they're going to start, and people are also saying, okay, I'll deal with this rate. They're going to keep their home, get good cash flow on the rental. They know they're going to sell their home at a profit. They need a new home. Situations change for people, and that keeps the real estate market moving.
Yeah, they do. And we see that the builders are actually kind of sandbagging and stockpiling some inventory, waiting for the market to spike. And then they'll have just tons of buyers jumping in their neighborhoods.
All right. And what do we got? How much time we got?
We got about 3 minutes.
Okay.
Yep.
So these inventory numbers with 3 months of supply and the number of new contracts and the number of new homes hitting the market, right in line with last year, just about exactly what was under contract. So I think, and then the average time on the market, exactly the same as January of last year, about 60 days. Now, I'm taking about 2 to 4 weeks to get a contract on my listings. And actually I had multiple offers. I had 3 listings that have been on the market for a couple weeks, and some slight price adjustments. Bruce, you got to listen to the feedback. If your house doesn't sell in a couple weeks, somebody around you did, check the feedback. I got multiple offers on 2 homes over the weekend. We adjusted the price $5,000 on one and $10,000 on the other. And one of them was a high price property in the 600s.
Oh, that's beautiful.
That's all we did. And then all of a sudden that pulled the buyers off the fence. But the main thing is to keep your hand on the pulse of the market. That's what I do when I'm handling your real estate.
Well, and you're watching it on a day-to-day basis. So if you're looking to get qualified for a loan, you want to go out and buy a home, you're looking for a great real estate agent, you have both of us right here in your back door. Cleve Loveland Properties, Bruce Woodburn, the loan arranger at Cross Country Mortgage, easily accessible. Also, Cleve and I have been coached. Cleve's actually been coached longer than I have by an organization called The Core that trains real estate agents and lenders to be at the top of their game. And it's helped Cleve and I build our business. So we actually have 6 tickets available. If you are a real estate agent or if you are a lender, you call me or text me at 407-250-9144. This is going to be on March 8th at 10 o'clock?
This is at the Marriott downtown.
Yep.
Hang on. Let me pull that up. But this is our business coach who's been in the business for 20 years, one of the biggest real estate and mortgage trainers in the country.
It would normally cost you $5,000 for a 2-day event to get into this. $5,000. It is for only top producing real estate agents and lenders. But if you want to get in,
Friday, March 8th at 10:30.
There you go.
Downtown. But you'll be rubbing elbows and asking questions of one of the top real estate and mortgage trainers in the country. And it's what's helped you and I keep our businesses thriving.
Absolutely,
and
it has.
Growing.
That's why we are one of the top producers in the country. Call us now or text me at 407-250-9144 if you would like a chance on getting one of those 6 tickets.
And we'll have a date on Leapfrog, probably my next show. We'll pick a date for that towards the end of March and do that. We've got some great people this year. I mean, working on their 2nd, 3rd, and 4th rental properties, and they just started 3-4 years ago.
Yep, they absolutely have.
Yep.
And there's opportunities for all of you. And Cleve and I are out there to help you. You know, even if you are in our industry, we want to help you grow. We want to do what we can to make you the best you can be for your clients. We'll be back in 5 minutes with more of the Loveland Report and the Loan Arranger Radio Show. Don't go anywhere.